Yeah, I love it.
Isn't that awesome? We are live right now. Guys, not only are we live, but we are live in the house with somebody who I have not done this with in a minute. It is, of course, the one, the only Josh MACUGA.
Hey, Roxy! What's up?
Yo, I cannot believe, A, that you are here. Oh, B, that I forgot to mute my computer for the 50th time ever. C, that I'm tech savvy enough that I've even figured out how to have you do this.
See, I just did it too.
Oh, did you do it to make me feel better?
I did. I was just helping you out.
Josh and I got into a insult each other off prior to the show, and he won, but he still made me feel better about it. So that's why you definitely had to just do the playback so that I felt like the coolest. Thanks, Josh. Josh, you've been gone for a minute because you have been filming a show and it just got in right under the wire. I mean,
we really lucked out. I was telling you before we went live that we were doing reshoots about 3 to 4 days before they started doing like everybody's lockdown. Like it was insane. I know
the most densely populated with the coronavirus area of all of the areas. Like that's the red spot right now. That you were doing reshoots back east, right?
Yeah, I was in New York City. I've been living in Brooklyn basically since November, and we had like we did a lot of road shoots too. We were basically in studio for I was basically in studio for most of November, and then we did like a week of road stuff, and then all of December we were in the studio. Then like half of January we were in the studio, half of January we were on the road, and then the beginning of February until like maybe Valentine's Day-ish kind of time, maybe like end of February. And then we did some reshoots, and then all of a sudden like coronavirus hit and everybody separated. They've taken all the editors, the producers, everybody's working remotely. They have like that live software that's able to edit shows remotely. And I mean, the guys that are making sure this show makes the air is they're the real heroes here as far as making this show possible. So,
but was there talk when you guys were back there doing reshoots? Was coronavirus even a word that was going around, or was it not even really clear what it was yet, or if it was even coming here at that point?
No, yeah, it was but I feel like it was the early, people had just started talking about it. It was to the point, I mean, people were talking about it. Then I was in New York and just standing in the middle of the subway, not touching anything. Like I was already, and you know me, I'm not like a germaphobe, but I've always.
You are.
I'm a bit of a germaphobe.
You're like a germaphobe. That is exactly what you are like.
Yeah. I wipe everything down. I constantly have hand sanitizer. I'm always washing my hands. I'm always washing my face. I'm constantly making sure that my hands and everything are clean. So everybody being like, you got to wash your hands and hand sanitizer. I was like, I've had bulk hand sanitizer on hand since 2004.
Well, it is a little disgusting right now hearing how many celebrities are saying you guys should wash your hands, as I'm thinking about what have you guys been doing prior to this? This whole now you have to wash your hands for 20 seconds with hot water and soap. I'm like, wait, how were you guys washing your hands?
Yes. Yeah.
That's the way to wash your hands. That's not like a coronavirus way to wash your hands. That is what hand washing looks like. So what was going on the planet prior to this?
I don't know. I've been in bathrooms before where people have walked out and not washed their hands from the stall, and then looked at them and hoping at airports and places please don't get on my flight. Please, God.
That's disgusting. I've got my liquid germ issues too, as you know, with my drinks and stuff. So I've got my weird freaky stuff as well. But now I have an official excuse not to share my drinks with anybody. So I'm pretty finding the silver lining in that. Heck yeah. So there was never talk, Josh, about you guys delaying or anything it was just kind of perfect timing.
Really perfect timing. I've basically I bought a mic attachment a few years back for my iPhone that works really, really well. And I basically every other day or so, I build a sound booth in my room with pillows and blankets, and then record VO and ADR for the show to send back to New York, because the idea was if we needed VO or if we needed pickup ADR lines, wild lines, whatever, is I would just go to a sound booth here in LA and they would direct me from New York and we would just send the clips back. We don't have that option anymore. So I basically had to had to, you know, just go by the seat of my pants and figure it out.
Wait, so when we're watching the show, we're going to be listening to you at times in your closet.
Well, here's the crazy part was we had this amazing studio that History built out, and Sharp Entertainment was the production company that was the production company behind it.
And that's in New York.
That's in New York, yeah. Both awesome companies. Both, you know, History has been amazing. Their whole team has been absolutely fantastic, and the people at Sharp has been awesome. Like the whole making of this show could have gone two very different ways, because it is kind of a dangerous show. It has an inherent danger in it. And, you know, I'd never worked with
especially for you. I haven't even asked you about this, but like, Josh, you're allergic to everything. Well, you are allergic to so many things. Like, I didn't think about how nervous I should be for you doing this show. I mean, I've been with you. I've firsthand been with you at a restaurant in which we had to leave for you to go get your EpiPen. Like, that's no joke. And then you're on an eating show with food that is definitely could make you like not feel so great.
Well, you know, I made sure that they knew. I mean, because it's mostly just tree nuts and certain seeds. But other than that, like, I'm okay. But the thing is in Los Angeles. Well, yeah, I shouldn't eat chocolate. I really shouldn't, but I do sometimes. Like, I'm not deathly allergic to chocolate. It just messes with my stomach. So I like try and not eat chocolate. Do you know what I mean? It's more of like a choice, whereas nuts will kill me, and sesame seeds and poppy seeds are, you know, like a
chocolate covered almonds are like the death of you, because then you got a stomach ache and also you're not doing so well.
Yeah.
But I had people come in on Patreon. Did you just hear what I did? But I had people come on Patreon, and somebody was talking about your allergies, and I was like, wow, I didn't even think about that. But they did have some questions for you. I can't hog you just to myself the whole time. We have Patreon questions for you. We've got YouTube questions for you. We've got Streamlabs questions for you. Everybody's got questions for Josh MACUGA, because you've been out of the scene for a second.
Well, no, it's been about 5 months. Yeah, it's crazy.
Well, you haven't been out of the scene. You've been in a bigger, better scene. Just you've not been in this scene.
It's just different.
So speaking of what we were just talking about, Garth McMurray said, with your eating history show, were there any foods where you really endangered your health and needed to get checked out by doctors?
I mean, you have to wait and see on the show. Obviously, I'm alive and well, and I'm sitting here. But
good for you.
I would call Amanda. What was cool is the hotel they had me staying at was about a 10 to 15 minute walk from the studio every day. And I would call Amanda on the way to the studio and be like, today could be the day. Love you. So
I can't believe you guys had to be apart for that long. But I did see on either her or your Instagram story, there was a surprise visit at some point.
Yeah, she came to New York to visit me the same weekend of the Schmodown in New York.
That's awesome.
It was like my birthday weekend. Yeah. So. And
you were genuinely surprised?
Oh yeah, totally surprised. I am terrible at surprising people, and Amanda is like James Bond. She's an international spy. She really missed her calling. She should have been like a private investigator. She is.
Maybe she could be CIA.
She could be, and not.
She might be, and you don't know. Wow, we're learning new things all the time. Donnie A said, oh gosh, you're gonna love this one. Do you really believe that Taylor Swift is better than Prince? I was born in Minneapolis, and I couldn't disagree more. This has been the ongoing debate from Collider Live days. Mm-hmm. Josh, defend yourself.
I'm sure. And this is the sword I'm going to die on. It's fine. I'm not saying that I don't like Prince. I think Prince is great. I like some of his songs, but I get way more enjoyment out of listening to Taylor Swift songs. I mean, listen, I love the song from Batman. I love, Little Red Corvette. I love Raspberry Beret, but
you love the hits.
Yeah, I like the hits. I've never like been a Prince fan, and I'm not a big Radiohead fan. I know people flip out for Radiohead. I know people flip out for Big Lebowski. There are certain things that everybody loves, and I'm just like not a fan of.
You don't like Big Lebowski? I've never heard you say that.
Yeah, it's all right. It's fine. I just don't get like why people freak out about it. I get it. It's fine.
What I feel like though is because we talk about this shit so often, I start kind of disliking, like not loving it. Maybe it's like fine. And then by the end of the conversation, which is 5 years later, and I've had to talk about it every day, I fucking hate that thing. Like I started out thinking Phantom Thread was just like, it's just not really for me. And now at this point, when I'm having conversations, I'm like, that is the worst movie I've ever seen. I want to hit it with a bat. Like, because something about having to constantly defend why you just think something's okay makes you actually hate it.
Yeah, no, first of all, I don't know why you're getting in so many conversations about Phantom Thread. Like 8 people saw that movie
all the time. I mean, it's a Dan Murrell, Roxy Stryer, Screen Junkies issue where people won't let it die. They will not let it die.
It's absurd. That movie is terrible. And if I were you, I'd just be like, I'm not talking about this stupid movie anymore. It's not worth my time.
The worst. Okay, talk about defending yourself. Caleb Ochoa says, how bad are the Cowboys going to beat the Steelers this season?
What? No, it's not going to be.
What do you think even's going to happen come football time right now? Like, I'm supposed to be all like devastated about Brady, and trust me, I am. But also, I'm really concerned about the planet. So, like, do you think that it's possible that this goes all the way to fall?
I have a really bad feeling that this is going to dissipate in the summertime, because I've read like things in medicine that it's not going to be as like heat is bad for the virus. I'm not a doctor, but that's things I've read.
I've heard that too.
I don't.
So you think that we'll be okay by fall?
Maybe, yeah. You're breaking up just a touch.
You said you have a bad feeling, but then it sounded like you we're going to say it was going to be done by summer.
No, so then I think it's going to be done by summer, but then I think it might like tick back up in the fall. So maybe we'll get like a few games, then we might go back into quarantine, which scares the shit out of me. But maybe we'll have a vaccine by then. Maybe we'll have some treatments, or maybe, we'll have figured this out by then. I mean, it's a very, very long ways away. I want to knock on wood, pray, whatever the case may be. But as far as the Steelers losing to the Cowboys, it's in Dallas, which is the only thing helping you. The rest of the time, your Dallas Cowboys are so hamstrung by salaries and terrible players that I'm not worried about the Cowboys one bit.
Take it. Yeah, go, Josh. Stick it to the man.
I'm also not really worried about the Patriots anymore either, but that's a whole different story.
Do you understand the feeling in my soul when we're in a pandemic and I am by myself and it is St. Patrick's Day and Tom Brady decides that that's the time?
Brutal.
Pandemic, St. Patrick's Day, Tom Brady. I mean, that's got to go down as one of the saddest days in Roxy history, in Boston history. That was a good one. Lloyd Nansen here says, should they bring back director Michael Bay for Bad Boys 4?
Yes.
What do you think?
100% yes. I mean, I think that Bad Boys for Life was good. I thought it was very good. I really enjoyed it. It's not as good as 2. I think in my ranking right now, I'd go Bad Boys 2, Bad Boys for Life, Bad Boys. But I think like Bad Boys for Life and Bad Boys are so very similar in my mind of like, I really enjoyed them. They're just not as good as 2. I think what you missed in Bad Boys for Life was that Michael Bay budget for maybe some different writers to come in and punch some stuff up, for longer car chase and action sequences. Michael Bay has perfected it. If you watch that movie 6 Feet Underground or 6 Underground, the Ryan Reynolds movie that's on Netflix, where he's just playing like Deadpool as a billionaire, is one of the coolest action movies you'll see all year, in my opinion.
What is Michael Bay doing right now?
Again, a question that was asked when everybody was asking who's going to direct Bad Boys for Life or Bad Boys 3. Why is he not doing it?
I don't know. Maybe he is taking a little break right now. All right, another one from Patreon, and then we're gonna get to some of the YouTube ones. Glenn Caesar says, "What's your all-time favorite breakfast cereal, and also what's your favorite dessert or late snack?"
I'm a Crispix man. Love Crispix. Probably my favorite cereal.
I'm sorry. What?
Yeah, Crispix or Honey Bunches of Oats, but I lean way more towards Crispix.
Crispix?
Yeah, Crispix. Hold on.
Crispix? It's like, that sounds like a made-up cartoon cereal.
Crispix. Kellogg's Crispix.
Do you have no fun in your life? Like, you're not talking about what you eat. You're talking about that's your favorite. Like, you're not going to say Fruit Loops or Apple Jacks or Lucky Charms. You're going to say Crispix?
I mean, listen, I'm just going to put this behind me on this wedding present we've never used. And
what is it? What's the wedding present?
Just like a glass dome to put pastries under. We've never bought a pastry in the history of our relationship.
Yeah, but it does kind of look cute in your place, I bet.
Yeah, of course it does. Everything looks cute. Amanda's like, Miss Interior.
I haven't been there for a while. I'm like looking behind you. You've got great art going on. I gotta tap Amanda for her help with interior design.
Yeah.
I need that throw pillow help.
She's gone pro at interior design, so
it's insane. I know. I check out her Insta. She crushes it.
Okay. My favorite dessert.
Oh yeah, your favorite dessert, but this is the caveat. It's favorite dessert or late snack.
I'm not a late snack guy, to be honest with you, but if I'm gonna go late snack, it's obviously a Taco Bell run. But my favorite dessert is anything funfetti. Funfetti cookies, funfetti cupcake, funfetti cake, funfetti ice cream, anything funfetti.
I feel like that's very safe for you, considering there's definitely no nuts in that and there's no chocolate.
Yeah.
You picked the one thing that like they couldn't screw you on.
Totally. Yeah.
You know, if you say funfetti, it's going to be exactly what you want. All right. This one is coming from, you want to see something cool, Josh?
Yeah, let's do it.
Look what I can do. Isn't that dope? Billy Paulahan says, what made you want to try old food wild man?
What's up, Billy? Thank you. I don't think anything made me want to try it.
You didn't pitch them the show.
No, I didn't pitch the show. I auditioned for it, but I come from like my family collects a bunch of stuff. My dad collects old food tins, old whiskey bottles, like my uncle collects all kinds of crazy stuff. So I come from like a family of collectors. And I've like tried old things. Like I've opened up old things of my dad's and tried them. And so when the show came around, it was sort of like a little bit of a perfect storm. It's also a wild adventure. The show isn't just like Fear Factor and you're tuning in to just get grossed out. You're tuning in because you're learning a ton, and then you're learning how things age over time. And I got to be honest, in this world we're in right now, knowing when food expires and if it does or doesn't expire and it's safe to eat is probably like a pretty helpful show.
Yeah, no joke. That's pretty legit. Wait, speaking about auditioning for it, can you talk a little bit about that? Because I remember, or are you not allowed to talk about the audition process at all?
Audition for sure.
I remember it was not a short process. It was not a one and done. This was like the saga of Josh MACUGA booking this gig. So what happened?
The first audition, the first thing I did was a Skype interview, and then I did an in-person chemistry test in New York in July. And then that was like a full 10 to 12 hour day of just like auditioning by myself, auditioning with some of the other guys. There was like 6 guys that were up for it, all of which had very different backgrounds, a couple chefs, a couple different hosts, people that knew a lot about food, some people that were trying old food on YouTube, people that had no experience in front of a camera at all, people that did have experience in front of a camera. It was a very interesting process. Then it went away. I didn't hear anything for about a month, and then I had to keep doing Skype calls.
A month. That's when you know as a performer, when it goes a month, you're like, that probably is not mine. Like it probably is not working out. I mean, but we hear stories like this all the time. A month. I can't believe you kept it together that long. Sorry, keep going.
A month, and then like 6 weeks, and then I got a call to do another Skype call, and then to do another Skype call, and then to do a chemistry Skype call. So like it was probably like 5 or 6 different auditions over the course of like 2.5 to 3 months.
Did you get more nervous every time or less nervous? Like by the time it was done, were you like, I've done everything I can, whatever. If they want me, they want me.
I mean, you've been to 1,000 auditions. Me too. Is like, listen, I can only be myself. If they don't like that, then there's literally nothing else I can do but just keep acting the same each time. And lucky enough it worked out. I think, you just keep that nose to the grindstone and just every single day keep hacking away. Andy Dufresne it. One day you're going to get to the other side of that jail wall and get out.
Does this feel, I have to get to more of their questions, but I still have my own questions. So does this feel like, you know how people describe it? Like this feels like it, like it feels like it's happening. Does this feel like it right now?
I don't know. I think
it feels like it from an outsider perspective, just so you know, like this feels like it.
It's you get very jaded by entertainment sometimes.
Yeah, of course.
I don't want to say it's it because I never like to settle. I like to keep like building and building and building, but it does feel pretty amazing. It feels pretty amazing to turn on a TV station and see yourself on a commercial multiple times. Like
I get excited seeing you there. I can't imagine how it would feel if I saw me there. Okay, going to Rob K. He says Josh doesn't like the Big Lebowski. Well, that's just like your opinion, man. JK. Okay.
Said perfectly like a Big Lebowski fan.
Totally. Larry Lee says, I'm done with quarantine. I'm going insane.
You and me both, Larry.
I feel that so hard. Larry Lease also put in a super chat that said, excited for today's stream. Stay healthy, Rockstar. Gregory Castillo put one in. Alex Spur. Shout out to these people. So, Josh, part of me being a technology wizard, as you know I am, is the fact that I have two computers running at once right now. Can you believe that? It is crazy. So some of them I've figured out how to make them pop up there, and some of them I have not. And that's just been the way that the cookie crumbles, which is a saying that I never said prior to this week. And all of a sudden this week I've said 4 times. But we do have some Streamlabs, so I want to get those in. Abe Bentley says, your Roxy doesn't trust opaque fluid segment at the top was screamingly funny. They found out that I don't drink coffee or hot chocolate because I just don't trust what's going on in there. If you
I can't see through it. I'm not a big fan.
No, that's like not legitimate. If you ever do stand up, that's a great place to start. Love bringing Joe on, bouncing off each other, making it a weekly thing is a great idea. I had Joe Starr come on yesterday. He was awesome. You're awesome. Everybody's awesome. Lloyd Nance, thanks for the Streamlabs. Cutter Hale says, what's up, Roxy? Josh, I'm a huge fan. You're one of my favorite competitors, and we share the same amount of enthusiasm about Bad Boys. In my opinion, the third is the best. I've seen it 4 times, and I want it on Steelbook so bad, and always Wild Berries for life. What's Steelbook?
I don't know what Steelbook is, but I'm with you. Like, why haven't they released Bad Boys for Life immediately? Like, we just saw Onward last night, Amazon, and like a lot of these. Is it
good?
Onward is great. We loved it. I'm going to watch it again this week.
I want to see it. It looks really cute.
Very, very cute. Amanda and I were both crying at the end.
Really?
I think you'll definitely cry. It's got an amazing message, and
But I'm having a hard time watching anything right now that isn't comedy. Like, I just don't even want to do anything that's close to anything. Okay,
first of all, stop all that you're doing and start watching Tiger King on Netflix.
Oh, I watched. Hold on. So Joe Starr came on yesterday and said the exact same thing. So I was like, okay. So last night at 2 a.m, I couldn't sleep because like during this pandemic, I haven't slept at all. And I put on the first episode of Tiger King. Josh, are you all the way through?
No, we just finished episode 3. Roxy, it just keeps getting crazier.
Wait, I'm so confused because I saw the trailer and I was like, wait, what? This dude's a murderer or attempted murderer, but he also, his mullet, I mean, and also just like, why is this what anybody wants to do in their soul?
Just keep watching. It just keeps getting effing crazier. It's crazy.
Why did I not receive a text message from you about a TV recommendation? I still need that to keep coming, even though you're about to be like a big superstar and you're going to be the person on TV. I need you to watch as much TV, and I need you to text me about all the things I need to be watching.
Did you watch I'm Not Okay With This?
No, should I?
Oh, it's great. It's awesome.
Nobody's talking to me. Nobody's telling me these things. I just watched Sex Education. Did you watch that?
I loved it. Yeah, it's a great season.
You didn't tell me that either.
What?
You didn't tell me that either.
I told Roxy, we've talked about Sex Education during season 1.
Well, I don't remember.
Well,
so it doesn't count.
Ahead.
I don't know any of this. Will Watson says, Josh, can't wait for the new show. Roxy, you rock. Keep crushing it. Stay safe, both of you. Pick 2 fave quarantine movies, not Bad Boys related. He just saw you. He called you out.
This is easy. I was watching them yesterday. Indiana Jones. I was watching all 3 Indiana Joneses yesterday. Perfect movies for that.
I like that you say all 3.
I watched Roxy yesterday. Finally, Star Wars: Rise of Skywalker.
What'd you think?
First of all, that movie is awesome. That might be like my second favorite Star Wars movie now. I loved it. It's so
awesome. Good. It's awesome.
Dude, it's awesome. Ships come out of nowhere and they're like,
when the ships come, that's when I started crying.
I started
crying because
it's the first time in the history of that series that I've ever gotten emotional. Was when those ships come out of nowhere.
We all want that in life.
Totally.
All I want is to be backed up like that. Come on. I don't understand. That's like soulless that people didn't like that part.
And how good has this season of Curb been? It's been awesome.
The best. The best. So good. I will say that a week ago's episode was my least favorite of the season so far, though. But it is amazing.
Amanda said that I've been like cooking spite meals. Like, because she doesn't want something, so I'll just make something by myself. She's like, "Are you cooking a spike meal?" I'm like, "I might be."
That's freaking amazing. Yeah, she's your Mocha Joe.
He's my Mocha Joe, but I love it.
Pretty incredible. Douglas Johnson, did you check out Dropkick Murphys on St. Pat's Day? No, what did they do? I did listen to the song, but what did they do on St. Patrick's Day? You got to give us more, Douglas Johnson. I must know more. Oh, I put him back on the screen because Tech Wizard.
Teching it up.
I'm just teching it all when I can hang out, Roxy. Going back to the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Morse Code Z says, love seeing your guest list grow now that your tech skills are on full display. Totally. And reminding everyone to also set their preferred reminders and recordings for Eating History Wednesday, 10/9 Central, and pouring one out for the Wild Berries. That's this Wednesday?
This Wednesday, March 25th. And I just learned that we debut in like 2 weeks in Canada, or like 3 weeks in Canada. So
what are you doing for, like, are you just going to watch on your couch with your wife?
Probably. We had a premiere party planned and everything, and invites were like set to go out, and then this whole thing happened. So.
I'm really sorry.
Yeah.
That's so shitty. I hate that for you, but at least it's happening. At least you're not one of the people whose show got canceled or delayed. So I feel bad for you, but I don't feel that bad for you. Glenn Caesar says, hey, Roxy and Josh, happy Saturday. I sent a Patreon queue, but I had to say that I'm happy to see you two on screen together again. It's like a reunion of hypothetical questions. Looking forward to Eating History, but want more collabs from you two. Hashtag Rockstars Band. Ooh, looking forward to Eating History. Me too.
Yeah. I mean, now that we're stuck inside, I don't see us not talking TV at some point.
That's true. We should 100% do that, especially because I just yelled at you for not telling me about TV.
Wait, did you watch Hunters on Amazon?
No.
Dude, that show was awesome. I didn't love the last 20 minutes, which is kind of a bummer. But the whole show itself of Jews hunting Nazis in the 1970s, Roxy, this is like right up your alley, and it's awesome.
I feel like I should, but the only person I know who watched this was Christian, and he is not usually my TV recommendation person just because he doesn't watch that much TV. So, when he says, like, you should watch it, I'm like, you should have watched the 50 other shows that I recommended you.
I agree, but I think it's really good. And I know for a absolute fact that you and I are the last two remaining people on the planet watching The Walking Dead. I know. I
don't even care. It's awesome.
That last episode was bonkers good.
Bonkers.
Oh, what? I'm telling you, this show is good this season. It
is so good.
But yeah.
Wait, can I tell you the most amazing behind the scenes thing that I probably shouldn't say on camera, but I'm going to say it anyway?
Yeah.
This entire time, everybody we associate with has dicked on us for sticking with The Walking Dead. They've all made fun of us. They've all poked whatever, but we have stayed with it and we love it. And now that all of those people are employed by Skybound, all of a sudden they're like, ooh, Walking Dead. I'm like, listen to Josh and I for the last several years. We never fell off. We never surrendered. You don't get to jump on this bandwagon now. Go somewhere else.
Correct. This is our show now.
It's our show now. That is how I feel.
I don't even think Chris Hardwick's watching The Walking Dead. I feel like you and I should host the After Walking Dead show.
Talking Dead. Yes, I agree. Okay, Mac in the Streamlabs says, hey there, you were asking about teachers. I am one. I teach in a very low income area. The difficulty right now is getting the kids online to do the assignment. Also, most of them are taking this time to actually work more to support their family. I don't even know what to say to things like that because it's like, I can't figure out what the solution is. I mean, I guess to try to get the kids tablets but they don't have Wi-Fi at home maybe. Yeah. It's awful. It's awful. Kids are falling behind in school and that sucks.
I know. My little niece and nephew, like my mom has been chiming in every other day because my mom was a teacher for 30 plus years and like helping them with assignments and stuff. And my niece on Amanda's side, we've been like doing some like Jeopardy quizzes with her to like keep her mind going because parents right now have got to be going through some crazy times. Cody Hall just released a video that he edited of his son playing Doom which was hysterical.
No way.
Those parents with like 8, 9, 10. Like my brother's got 4 kids. He's got a 10-year-old, a 7-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 0-year-old.
Did you say 8 and 9 on purpose?
I did. And so
I miss it.
8,
9,
9. So, you know, it's like that has got to be really, really tough. I mean, Amanda and I have it very easy right now. I'm lucky that I live with a person that I love and that I actually like as well.
Yeah.
So it's, you know, we're getting by. We're doing quarantine comedy every night. It's something to look forward to.
Wait, I've been seeing this, but then you passed out one night, so you had to do it in the next day. But I've been watching this
Friday, but we've done like 5 of them. It's a lot of fun. I mean,
it's ridiculous and awesome.
Thank you. Yeah.
I'm all about it. And her asking you question and like calling you out for using that golf cane and everything. Just you guys are so funny together. So speaking of the Hunters thing, Larry Lease did say ignore Christian. Amazon's Hunters is the bomb. Good. All right. So I guess more of you guys are watching it than I just have so much stuff to watch now. And I'm still trying to watch all the DC shows, but those might have to fall soon. It's really hard, Josh, to stay motivated every week when I'm not talking about it now for a job to be like, yes, you know what I would like to put on right now? This Supergirl episode. But I still love them, but it's still tough. It's still tough. All right. Garth McMurray says, I'm looking forward to the Mountain Dew episode of Eating History. Dew is my favorite since I was a kid in the 70s, spending summers at the family farm in West Virginia. It was popular there with its moonshine origins when it was clear like moonshine.
Yep. And Mountain Dew has an awesome history. That episode's a lot of fun for sure.
Are you a big Mountain Dew guy in general?
At one point I did really like Mountain Dew. I don't really drink a lot of soda. I know like you're like, oh, he eats Crispix and he doesn't drink soda. I've just never been like a big soda guy. If I'm going to drink any soda, I drink like a little bit of ginger ale with whiskey in it, but I've never not liked Mountain Dew. And every now and then I just like chug a Mountain Dew at a Taco Bell or like, you know what I mean?
100%.
The history behind Mountain Dew is really cool. It's really cool.
I like root beer.
I every like couple of months, I will drink a root beer float and love every second.
I haven't had soda in so long, but when I do like root beer, I won't lie to you. NFL Caleb 22 says, was awesome meeting you here in Vegas a couple weeks ago, but Cowboys gonna mud stomp the Steelers. I'm assuming that's to you because I haven't been to Vegas in a while. And also the Steelers part.
We were in Vegas like legit 2 days before everybody was like, no more traveling, can't touch anything. I will say this is there were so many hand sanitizer stations all over the casino that every time we saw one, we stopped. Like Copster and I were like slap fighting each other with piles of hand sanitizer. But it was great. The show was awesome. Everybody that came out to support, even in the face of a pandemic, was really cool.
I remind you guys this every single time, but in case you haven't been listening to the show, there's still this website called JAO. The company's called JAO. JAO maybe is how you pronounce it. That is still selling hand sanitizers for a reasonable price. I mean, reasonable as in it's $10 for a thing like this, but still comparatively to people trying to sell it for $75, and they still have it available. So if you're looking for hand sanitizer, it also smells really nice. Jow, go Jow. Ross Bristow, Josh, Bad Boys comes out on the 31.
Rock and roll, let's do it. Feeling it.
What does it drop on? Like VOD is what they mean? I'm
guessing VOD. That's fine. So I got to pay for it. I'll pay for it any day of the week.
You definitely, that's the kind of movie you buy, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Because I think that you recoup your money in about a week on that one, Josh.
Totally. Yeah.
With the amount of times that you're going to force yourself to watch that. I actually really liked it. I watched it next to your wife. Do you know that?
Oh, that's right. You did.
Which was awesome. Yeah. Yeah. It was pretty great. It was pretty freaking great. PC says, this is so crazy. Fell in love with the outlaw and the wild man at the same time. So I got deep into Between the Sheets and the Josh MACUGA show. But that voice, Roxy and Josh, love you guys.
Thanks.
Have you ever, because the episodes, you've taken most of them down, right?
I took all the Between the Sheets and made them private. Yeah. And then all the Josh MACUGA shows are still up though.
It makes me sad though, because I love the Between the I love them all.
I know. There's just a couple of things in the rapid fire questions that aren't as like PC, now.
It's hard
So
because times change so quickly.
Totally.
Like when you were asking things were legit, but now, and yeah, you've got like your shit to protect right now.
When you get a background check done on you, shit comes pretty sober pretty quick. Like, whoa, yeah, I got to take that down already.
Yeah, I've thought about like when I audition for some of these big jobs, I'm like, should I get one of those companies to go through my Twitter? Because I know I've never said anything like Roseanne Barr style, but I've definitely probably have said something that's like not pretty.
Like I've taken down I've like scoured my Twitter for legitimately like 2 straight days, almost like 6 hours a day, scouring Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and got rid of pretty much everything on there that had any kind of controversy. Like I was just plugging in keywords and deleting anything that I ever said. So
yeah,
you know, I mean,
I get it.
Perfect. Nobody's perfect. We all do stupid shit in the name of comedy, which some people don't find funny. I don't know, but you know, it is what it is.
Douglas Johnson says the Dropkick Murphys put on a 2-hour show with only production crew. It's still up on YouTube. It was amazing. Damn. People are dedicated. I'm loving watching all these people like perform to empty crowds. It's bizarro looking.
I've never seen another song from the Dropkick Murphys but Shipping Up to Boston.
I will say it's definitely their best.
Like I would just listen if they did a 2-hour live stream show on St. Patrick's Day and they just did different versions of Shipping Up to Boston, like one with just violin and one with like just the drums. Like I would just watch that over and over and over.
And maybe like some guest stars Skyping in, playing the banjo or something. That would be dope. J-Dog says, # Josh for Jeopardy. How are we doing on Josh for Jeopardy?
Well, I know that Jeopardy suspended production.
Yes,
so
that's true.
All the back episodes you'll probably see. I bet they've got like a month to a month and a half worth of episodes before they start airing reruns. And maybe they'll go back into production by them. So that would be awesome. Obviously, you know, still my dream job. Would love to. I've become friends with Alex Trebek's daughters on Instagram, which is kind of funny.
No way.
Yeah. And yeah, like, cause I reached out to both of them because I just like, you know, popped up with Jeopardy, and I'm still in close contact with the guy from the Clue Crew. Jimmy McGuire is an awesome guy from Pittsburgh. So, you know, still watch Jeopardy every night. And a lot of them still sit on my DVR as far as like some of my favorite episodes that sometimes I go back and watch. And that's weird, but
the truth is the bigger you get, the more likely that one day you can host a show like that. So, I mean, this is definitely a step in the right direction.
Totally. Yeah.
Coming from Kyle Beckworth, he says, I love last week's The Walking Dead. That ending, holy crap. I have stayed with it too. Great season. Can't wait for Eating History. Kyle, you're our person.
Yes.
Kyle,
now we know 3.
There's 3 of us, and nobody else can join the club unless they have been this the entire time. Yes. What Kyle just did was perfect. Complimented The Walking Dead, talked about seeing Josh's show, the promotion. Like, it's almost like we just adopted a person into our little YouTube family. Yeah. Kyle, we appreciate you. Thanks for that. Going back over to the Streamlabs. Wow, look at me, tech wizard. What? Billy Belford says, I can attest that Josh was surprised by Amanda. I was there Friday night when he was trying to video chat with her with Ball Drop McGee.
Yeah.
You crowd worked for a quarantine comedy that has been outstanding. That heckler is relentless. Wait, you have to translate this for me. I don't understand what's happening.
Amanda's the heckler in quarantine in comedy.
Wait, but what's the Ball Drop McGee?
Christy McGee we call her Ball Drop McGee because she always changes her name like via holiday. It's like,
I get it. That's awesome. Thanks, Billy. Yeah. Cutter Hale says, question for Josh. What's your favorite sport movie? What's your favorite fast food fries? What's your favorite TV sitcom? Favorite 70s show character? Okay, so that's not a question. It's multiple, but starting with sports movie.
Easy. Sports movie, Tin Cup, with a close second with Remember the Titans and Hoosiers. Those are like tied for second. Favorite fast food French fries, 100% McDonald's. Favorite
sitcom
Seinfeld, easy.
And favorite 70s show character.
But from that 70s show?
Yeah.
The dad, 100%.
Also, I dicked on them by saying that's not a question. They very clearly said, I have questions for Josh. So that's on me for misreading that. Way to go, Cutter. 50 Shades of Geek says, Yosh. Missed hearing your voice, man. Stay safe. You too. Did you get I'm sure you weren't out on the streets very often because you were probably working, but did you get recognized in New York? Did anybody say anything like that to you?
A couple times when I was, the crazy part was our schedule was insane. So, we were up, I was usually up every day at about 6 a.m. We're on set by 8. And then we don't wrap until about 9 every night. So when I got home, I would just like eat something small and go right to bed, could do it all over again. So when we did have a day off, it was mostly to either get laundry done or we were traveling. But there were a couple times on the streets in New York where I did go out to do a couple things and I got recognized. So it was cool. Always good to see the people out there.
That's pretty awesome. I love that. To answer Morse code Z, how can I drink root beer? I know this is an opaque drink thing. Like I said, I haven't had soda in years, but root beer is like kind of see-through.
It is. If you put it in the right light, you can see right through it.
Totally. I mean, it's different than coffee. Coffee is not as see-through, and for sure, hot chocolate is not. And hot chocolate is a solid pretending to be a liquid. I already told you guys why that's wrong. It's just not. It's just not legitimate. Not appreciative of it. Okay.
Sometimes your opinions are insanity, and sometimes they just make sense, and that's actually a good one.
It just makes sense. Thank you so much. Jake Yakavetta says, love Josh being on here. Sorry for being a drunken idiot at the Smith in New York and introducing myself like 5 times. LOL.
I've done that too. It's fine.
Jake, we know you like to have fun at these things. Sometimes the drunkest person is having the most fun. Good for you. Cutter Hale says, what's your favorite Simon Pegg, Nick Frost movie? Mine is Paul. I watched it again yesterday and laughed so hard. Gonna watch it again next week. And Hot Fuzz is my second favorite. Hunters was so good. I was gonna ask you about it.
Can you repeat that? You broke up just a touch.
What's your favorite Simon Pegg, Nick Frost movie? Okay. Mine is Paul.
Paul.
Is what they said. I don't know what that is.
But I am like, I love Hot Fuzz. Like the more times I watch Hot Fuzz, the more I love that movie. And the fact that they reference Bad Boys 2 in it and Point Break, I mean, it doesn't get much better than Hot Fuzz for me. It's great.
I don't know that I have an answer to the question. I don't think I'm cool enough to have an answer. Hot Fuzz is good. I liked it.
Have you ever seen Spaced, their show?
No.
So it was Edgar Wright's TV show, Simon Pegg, Nick Frost. Like that was what like set them into the motion of those movies. And I think it's only 2 seasons, maybe 3. But Spaced is awesome.
You know when you've never heard of something and then it comes up multiple times in like a short period of time?
Yes.
Spaced just came up this week. I'm pretty sure on the show, and I had never heard of it. Now, like it's so bizarre when things do that. Yes. Mac in here says the issue with giving them tablets, etc. This was from the teacher comment. Is how do we get the tablets to them? No cars for most 92% bus riders. Also, I feel your pain. I take care of my sister who has no immune system due to a disease. I can't leave, so I don't bring in something. Yeah, I don't even know. I don't even know what the solutions are. I don't think anybody does right now. That's why we don't have more solutions. I think that, but the only saving grace part of it is like, it's not just a kid that's falling behind. We're going to have to deal with this because there's so many people that are in the same boat.
This might be like World War I, they called the lost generation. This might just be like a lost year of people's lives. Really. Right.
It really does feel like that.
You have to like redo the 4th grade. Like it just might be an aged year. It's weird. Like it's a leap year.
Oh yeah. That is weird too. That is weird. Matthew W says to Josh, are you caught up on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? If not, will you catch up for the last season?
That's a no and a hard no. I'm sorry. Like that after Ghost Rider, I just really couldn't get on board with that show anymore.
Wait, is that show still airing?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, Thad is the one to ask the question about that because he's watched every episode, or Dorian. But once you go into space, I'm out. I'm not going to do space.
That's your thing. You've got a weird space issue. But at least you're consistent.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you across the board, you're not down with going to space. I appreciate that about you. Haskell 420 says, today's New York at Newsday fanfare TV watch, eating history could be really fun or really gross or both. So this is a quote from them. Eating history could be really fun or really gross or both. 2 guys apparently with iron stomachs taste test foods that were packaged decades ago. These foods have long since expired, or have they? And then it says history 10 p.m.
Nice. Yeah, hell yeah. I think they're both right. I would lean more towards, I mean, it's not about the gross out factor. It's more about like the learning awesomeness of and what food has done in our country and what we as people have consumed and still consume, don't consume, how foods have changed. It's a really, really, really cool series. It's for everybody. You could watch it with your kids, you could watch it with your friends. It doesn't
Was anything legit yummy?
Oh yeah. Totally.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I would think that that would be surprising. Like it must be few and far between where it's like, ooh, this is actually very good.
I don't want to say it was few and far between. You'd be shocked how often it really wasn't that bad, but a lot of times it was pretty brutal. I mean, sometimes. It's an adventure. It really is an adventure.
I'm excited. 50 Shades of Geek says, by the way, I'm the guy that made the Collider Live soundbite video you two liked so much. As a longtime fan, making you two laugh was one of the best moments of my life. I was in a bad place at the time, and your reaction saved me from suicide. Thank you.
Yeah.
Wow. 50 Shades of Geek.
I don't want to sound like a jerk here, but which videos?
The soundbite one, I think that they put together that compilation. Yeah, because there were so many amazing ones, but the compilation that like had all the different clips of everybody. It's harder to describe it than that. But that's awesome. 50 Shades of Geek, you've been so badass in here. And I'm glad to hear that you got through the hard time.
Yeah.
This is a weird time for everybody, but at least we're all in it as a human race.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. Max says, one last thing. I love your stuff. I used your Steam to help my journalism kids see that they don't need crazy equipment to do great work. I'm glad that I'm like, hey, you don't need a lot. I did have to explain to one of the kids why you told someone to suck your dick. It made me laugh though. Should we let that one sit there? Should we just breathe in that? Did I say that on this show? Clearly, I haven't learned my lesson. Josh Bing says, hey, Roxy and Josh, currently working on my first short film as part of my senior college project. The virus has delayed production, but cast and locations are ready for when it's over. Thank you guys for inspiring me and how I view and critique film. Much love.
Hell yeah. Crush it.
It's so hard for productions right now that are waiting because like it's unlike any other time where it's like, okay, you're waiting for this rain delay. You're waiting for this. Like people are just in their lives are indefinitely on hold.
Totally. Yeah.
It's actually kind of a good time for Eating History to air because like, what are your friends going to tell you? They were busy. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
You can call out anybody. I know you're home.
You're home right now. I know
you are home and you should be watching this. Dame 5271 says wild berries. I love you.
The world loves the wild berries. We need them to be brought back together, not disbanded by some just evil villainess.
Yeah. What is going on with that right now?
Well, I mean, do we have a schmodown right now?
No, I just mean like you guys are just still on different teams.
I miss Elliot. I think he misses me. The world misses the wild berries. How else can we say it?
It's a really good point. No, we just got, I don't even know what he's announced and what he hasn't, but obviously California is in a safer at home. It is illegal for us to be competing right now. You cannot leave your house to go compete in a movie trivia schmodown right now. So I don't know. I haven't even talked to him, but like at some point you got to think maybe people consider moving things to this format of like online. I mean,
might be.
Because how long can we? I know he has a lot of things in the can, but would it be hard to? Because I don't compete. Would it be easier, harder, or what to do movie trivia from podcast like this?
I think the hard part is like if you notice maybe like 3 or 4 times the live stream goes a little ippy. You know what I mean? Like it jumps a little. If somebody else hears it and I don't get the chance to answer, then to repeat the question kind of a thing. If I see the answer, then I can answer it. Like I think there's a lot of hurdles as far as the internet exploding with like he cheated, he didn't know the answer, he saw Drew McQueen, he put Kramer versus Kramer kind of a thing. You know?
Yeah, that's very true. Because like you'll be sounding perfectly fine, and then I'll miss one word, and that one word can throw. But how is anybody going to know if I'm lying that I missed the question or anything like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very true. Glenn Caesar in the super chat says 308 watching, 197 likes. Hit that like button. gotta love when when you guys promote for me so that I don't have to be that douche who keeps telling people. Josh, this was like the ongoing saga. So I finally hit 20,000 subscribers. But at first, so when I know you know how hard that is, because I remember when your YouTube channel has like 40,000 subscribers or whatever, and like maybe something like that. You have a lot, but it's really like every subscriber means something. And anytime I would say to them, please subscribe to my channel, I would lose about 10 subscribers. And people would comment and be like, nobody likes when somebody asks them to subscribe. Everybody wants to subscribe to themselves. So if I'm just, reading comments about saying likes, then nobody can get mad at me for asking for likes and subscribers.
Well said. Well said.
Thank you. MG in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer says, one nice thing right now is that all the old crew has had time to get their Streamlabs up and going. Look forward to the show, Josh.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, I think eventually Amanda and I are going to do some kind of live stream here, as long as if we're stuck inside. I mean, my YouTube channel is still active. It's a matter of just like taking the time and like lining it up, maybe getting some graphics or something, and just doing something from our apartment, maybe like twice a week or something. But as of right now, I kind of have to solely promote eating history, and maybe doing a live stream is a good way of doing it. Maybe doing like some Instagram live videos, yada, yada, yada. We'll see.
Have you guys talked about a second season at all?
I mean, they would love to do one. I think it all depends on ratings. So, yeah.
And when you are like right now promoting, are they trying to strategize because there's no premiere? Like maybe when the actual episode is live, are you going to be able to like do a swipe up kind of like, what are you guys talking about?
Yeah, I mean, I think there was going to be like a decent amount of, radio appearances. And I don't know if that's still happening next week. I think like Tuesday, Wednesday, a bunch of radio appearances before the premiere, maybe even Monday. I'm not totally sure. I was supposed to have like a few TV appearances, which obviously got canceled, which is kind of a bummer.
Dude, so sorry. It's so fucking tough. Oh, it's very frustrating.
And, I mean, again, I've just been promoting on social media. They've been promoting on social media. There's a lot that they're totally behind this.
Yeah, I've seen that. They've been doing a great job with it, and you have too. Like it is on my feed constantly. So even in a time like this, like I'm glad to see that it is. If it's on my feed, it's on a ton of people's.
I mean, here's the thing: is like it's not like I'm not taking this whole pandemic thing serious, or anybody isn't. It's just like we still have to go about our daily lives, and we still have to make a living, and we still have to work. We can't just be we just can't be like locked in fear. So,
yeah. 50 Shades of Geek says, the soundbite video I made was when I was sitting on my couch yelling random soundbites into the microphone. Christian showed it to you on the show one day. It's been a year since then, so it's okay if you don't remember. I know exactly what you're talking about now, though. He was sitting on the couch, like kind of imitating each of us. Thanks, 50 Shades of Geek. We appreciate it. Going over to the Josh's face still. Going over to the super chat. Josh, hit that like button.
Like I can't run the YouTube and the StreamYard at the same time. I don't think.
How do you know that Josh hasn't hit the like button?
Yeah, I definitely haven't. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I knew you didn't.
I'm just up on the StreamYard. I'm not.
Oh, gosh, Josh.
Sorry.
Oh, gosh, and Josh rhyme. Super sticker says B Valor, and then I think it like moves, but I don't know. Whatever. I'm not that much of a tech wizard. Sonia Frameth says, do you know about Townsend and Son, the reenacting YouTube channel? They do 18th century recipes. I don't know what that is. Do you?
No, I don't know who they are, but a lot of people have pointed out some people. We do like a couple of older recipes with a food historian, but that's, and we may do some other stuff down the road, but it's not really what the show is about. It's more about items, because there's a lot of people that have done old recipes and stuff like that. And we will do that every now and then, but History Channel really wanted to go more about like actual food products and how they aged, and then like the history of products that we know. But again, that things can change in season 2. We may do that down the line, but I've never heard of them. I'm sure they do amazing stuff. There are a lot of people out there who have brought that up to me. Like, did you try this? Have you ever done this? And I mean, I would love to. If I made those decisions, I would love to do some more recreating of old recipes and stuff like that. Yeah.
How many episodes is it?
10.
10. That must have been such a great feeling too, that you didn't have to, it wasn't just a pilot, and like to see if people, I mean, the series pickup, that's so huge.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't, they wanted to do the show, and they weren't just going to shoot a pilot. They wanted this to go. They've been wanting it to go for a while. So, there's a lot of support behind it. Hopefully you guys all support it too and enjoy.
We are getting out of here. So Josh, will you tell them again one more time exactly where they can find it?
Sure. Real quick, Kenny, you said I eat expired food all the time. LOL. Way to go, Kenny.
Good for you. I eat expired mustard a lot. Do you think that's okay?
Totally fine. Totally fine. So March 25th, Wednesday nights, 10 p.m. for 6 straight weeks. I don't know the exact airing of it. It could extend over some more weeks. They may repeat a bunch of different stuff, but I know the first premiere is back-to-back episodes, March 25th, Wednesday night. I think you're all going to love it. History, you can go to the History app if you're a cord cutter, and you can get the app.
Oh, dope. I love a good app.
Yeah. History's got an awesome app too. All the old shows are on there. They have all kinds of like history tutorials every show. So you can catch it there. And then I think Canada is about a month later. I don't know internationally where they're doing it, but if you can go online and you can download the History app and pay for it, you can watch the show wherever you are. So
I'm so excited for you. I honestly feel like crying because you've worked at this so many years, so hard. And you're about to be able to watch yourself every week on a TV show.
Pretty cool. I'm psyched.
Are you gonna watch it?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I want to see how it turns out. I want to.
Have you seen any of the episodes? No,
I unintentionally have not watched anything.
What did they try to say? Do you want to watch this? And you said no.
Yeah, I said no. I don't. I didn't want, while we were shooting, to know what they were cutting in and what they were cutting out, so I wouldn't change my performance. That's all.
So pro of you. Professionalism. Josh MACUGA, everybody.
Thank you, Roxy. Great to be with everybody.
I'm picturing them all clapping at home. You're an absolute rock star. I'm so happy for you. I can't wait to watch this. And sorry that it's coming at a weird time, but at least everybody's home. So you guys at home, no excuse. Play like a champion. Eating history. You know what to do this Wednesday. Josh, I'm going to force you to come back on the show very soon when I get less awkward about how I ask people. And bye, everybody at home. Look at this weird wave. Like a little witch wave. And broadcast tech with him. Yeah.